Welcome, guys. Hey, I want to talk today about something that's really important as you start getting your business going, that it's very important that you do. And I kind of had one of those days where it was an up and down day and it reminded me of the need to make sure that I'm always doing this, and I think it's important for everybody to do this. So what I'm talking about is diversification in your investments, in your businesses, etc. Whether that's the line of products, whether it's, whatever it is that you're doing. If you don't have diversity, then you're putting all of your eggs in one basket, and you can get yourself in lots and lots of trouble. So I don't know how many of you follow the market, but I play in the market. I've been in the market for 20 plus years, maybe 30 years. I started fairly young. I think after on my first job, I started putting my savings away, at least a portion of it, and I try to contribute to my 401k and IRA and Roth IRA every year. I try to hit the maximum allowed, because that's tax-free. You got to pay taxes when you pull it out, but when you're pulling it out as you get older, your tax bracket goes down. So it makes sense to contribute to your retirements as much as possible. It really is almost like free money. So anyways, for those of you that are following the markets have been like just bonkers. They've been whack. I had a meeting with my broker today, and he was telling me, he's like, hey, Naeem, this has been the worst year on record. And that's not what you want to hear from your broker who's holding some of your money, maybe a lot of your money. So it doesn't matter whether you've invested 10,000 or 100,000 or a million. But when your broker tells you this has been the worst year to date, the beginning of the year till middle of January on record, that's pretty serious. I would say pretty much everybody that I know and most people are at a loss for the year. And I'm at a negative 9.8% for the year. And again, I'm talking about January 1st to whatever today's date is, January 20th or whatever. So in this period, I've lost 10% of my market value in my portfolio. And again, whether you have 10,000 or 100,000 or a million, that's a loss of $100 or 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000. And either way, whatever that bucket size it hurts. You feel it. So we talked about the next step and the strategy and this and that. And if you are in the market, the most foolish thing you could do right now is to pull out, even though there's a big market scare. A lot of it has to do with the Chinese and a lot of the Chinese economy, and a lot of it has to do with a whole bunch of factors. I think the economic or the political state that we're in right now with the elections coming up, there's just a lot of uncertainty in the market. But the most foolish thing would be to pull out right now, because inevitably, historically, over time, the market goes down, it goes up. The market goes up, it goes down. And that's just, the way that that's just the way the market plays. And you got to do that. You got to play long term. A lot of people do day trading and all that kind of stuff, and I dabbled in it, but it's a long term game. So if you've lost 10% of your portfolio like I have, and I think that's actually pretty good, because my guy is amazing. He pulled out cash and actually stopped some of that bleeding earlier. And in the big crash, I actually didn't do that bad. So I think I'm doing probably okay. But still, a 10%, punch in the gut is still a punch in the gut. So in any case, on the stocks in the market, if you've lost money, just keep it in, because it'll come back. So talking about diversification. So after that conversation with my broker and all that, I was feeling kind of down and all that kind of stuff. Now I had a meeting with my partner in my healthcare compliance software company called Care Foundry. Chris Galan is my partner, so I had a meeting with him today, and completely unrelated to stocks and market. This is my diversification strategy. I have other businesses. We signed a deal today with a client, and it was a pretty, I would say, a medium-sized deal. It was a pretty good deal. And in reviewing the contract and some of the work, we realized that that same contract, which literally we received today, we got the signature, now we're billing. So, alhamdulillah, good news. We found out that we may actually double that contract. So, again, the point is that you have to have diversification in your businesses, whether it's multiple businesses, or if you have one business, you have to have diversity in your product lines, right? If everything that you are focused on is just your Amazon business, and your store gets shut down tomorrow, which, you know, we read all the time, right? In Facebook, people have their stores shut down. And I've read those stories. I'm sure you've read those stories of, oh, I've just lost my only source of income. And guys, I'm in trouble now. Help me recover this account and this and that. And you feel terrible about those people. And, you know, hopefully it doesn't happen to anybody. But, you know, again, if you're not diversified, then you're just increasing your risk significantly. So just wanted to share that with you. You know, my personal experiences. I'm running 4 to 5 businesses like I've shared with you before. And I'm doing that because I'm not expecting all my businesses to be multi-million-dollar businesses, although a few of them already are. But I'm waiting for the right ones to go through the roof, you know, just to go really at a multi-million-dollar, at a $10 million level. And once, you know, they start doing that, then I can start trimming and maybe focusing on building passive income streams. Somebody told me that the typical millionaire or person who is financially free typically has 5 to 7 passive income streams. And, you know, your first gut reaction might be, damn, that's really high, you know, that's a lot of work. But again, you got to remember, these are passive income streams. They're not passive on day one. So you can have a passive income stream, as an example, that's real estate. Well, you got to hustle to build a business and go find a property and flip it and rent it and all that stuff. But once you go through the mechanics of it, after a few years, get a partner, have a management firm that runs it for you, it becomes passive because you know the business inside out. So then you move on to the next thing. So I've been doing real estate for 20 years. I don't even think about it anymore. I've got a few properties in the DFW area, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I have a partner. And if he finds a deal, we flip it or rent it or whatever. But that's, you know, that's his thing, and he'll take care of it. So it's not like I'm even touching real estate more than a few times a year whenever there's a deal to be made. My healthcare software compliance company, Care Foundry with Chris, it's not passive yet. We were doing a lot of work on it, but Chris is primary on that business. And, you know, I manage some of the sales and the business and operations, but Chris is technical development manager, he is operations manager, and so on and so forth. So that's the only way that you're going to build multiple streams. The e-commerce hobby that's kind of turned into a little, that's going from an experiment, which I started last year, into turning into a real business. You know, same thing. I had to hustle, and I'm still hustling a lot in this business. It's probably taking up most of my time to get this business going. Now, I'm on my 4th product, and the goal is to hit 50. Very aggressive this year, but I think I can do it. Now, once I get to that stage, am I going to be at a point where I'm touching every single product and dealing with logos for every single product? I hope not. I hope by that time I've got more automation in there, and I can make it more streamlined and start turning it into more of a passive income stream. and I can stay involved as much as I want. That's what what I have the choice to do. All right, so diversity is key, whether it's investments, whether it's your portfolio, whether it's your Amazon business and the products and the lines of products, etc. But super, super important as you build your empire. All right, happy selling.